Talking Grit, a Detroit Lions podcast. Powered by the Monroe County Reporters. Here are your hosts, Jason Harwood and Jacob Litton.
All right, welcome back to Talking Grit. All right, Jacob, it is time for Keys to Victory. How are we going to win this game? You want to start or you want me to start?
You can go ahead first.
All right. I got two of them. I want us to get up early. I want us to get up early, and there's multiple reasons for that. Number one, relieve my anxiety. Number two, get the crowd into it because, as we talked, they have a new interior offensive line. Even at home, they had a lot of false starts, right? And last week, I want the crowd to be a factor and cause them to just stall their drives out with shooting themselves in the foot. So that's why I want. It's going to be important for us to score right away. I wouldn't even mind getting the ball first and just running right down the field and getting a first score. Typically, I want to kick off and play the halftime thing, the extra possession thing, but I wouldn't even mind taking it right away and just going down and scoring.
I mean, that's kind of what we had to do last year when we knew we weren't going to be able to stop very many people. Get the ball and let's try to get ahead and stay ahead.
Yep.
No, I would be okay with that. I definitely think that that's the first drive. Doesn't really, we want to set the tone, but it's never really been like, well, you know what, we didn't get it done. Now the whole game is over with. But with how we looked last week, it is going to be concerning if we don't put points on the board pretty quickly. So I'm, maybe not exactly the first drive, but you got to at least move the ball the first drive. We can't go 3 and out at home.
That's right.
For my key to victory, the first one, I'll go defense. We've got to stop Caleb Williams from scrambling. We've got to limit those scrambles. And I'll just combine this with it, I guess. But I want to see less of Hutchinson and Davenport dropping back into coverage. I don't know if that's just the way the defense is going to look. Like if that's just how Shepard wants things, wants to do things, or if that was specific to Green Bay. But that's just not, it didn't work last week. I don't think it's going to work for most, scrambling quarterbacks just because, like let's say that Branch got home or like he busted through the line. Well, Branch is probably a bad example because he's pretty fast. But let's say Anzalone breaks through the line. They can see it coming. Well, if they don't have anybody because Davenport's 10 yards down the field, then Caleb Williams is just going to take that. And he's going to be quick to run. So I definitely think that a big key is going to be to try to limit him from getting these huge chunk plays. And, third and long, it's just such a killer for us on third and long when we've got him where we want him. And then the quarterback scrambles around and runs. Reminiscent of Justin Fields and the way the Bears moved the ball, when he was on the team. It just, seemed to happen over and over again.
Yeah, I don't think Lions fans are going to necessarily like my solution to your issue is that we play more like contain with him and just let Caleb Williams make a mistake and just make him beat us inside the pocket. He either will hold the ball too long and then do something stupid. I mean, he's done some amazing things on that first drive. He had the really nice pass to Roma Dunze. I think it was Roma Dunze out of bounds. But I think when he does stuff like that, he just thinks he could do that every play and he'll hold the ball forever. So I think what I mean by, we just need to contain him is stay in your rush lanes, just crush and condense the pocket. Don't, I don't want to see Hutchinson cut inside, do a spin move inside and then leave everything behind him open. Like he could do the spin move inside if there's a linebacker covering, competing that edge or whatever. But I just don't want to see us to go all out blitz and then Caleb runs for 20 yards because that is number one so deflating, and number two obviously it's better for the Bears offensively. So I hoping that we can just crunch that pocket, and I think that is going to be a big key to the game. I think you're exactly right. Make Caleb beat us with his arm because I don't trust that he could do it for a whole game.
Absolutely.
My second key to victory is weather the early storm, because if you watched Monday's night game, the offense looked amazing when the plays were scripted for Caleb, but then as soon as they got out of that, it's like punt, turnover on downs. Like I'm feeling that, he's really good at those practice plays, but then when they start getting in the rhythm of the game, he either tries to do too much, he can't, he just couldn't get in a rhythm. So even if they go out and they score right away, say they get the ball first and they go right down the field, don't get worried about it. Just weather that storm and then just come back and punch them right back in the mouth with our offense.
Yes, absolutely. And you're right on with the way that the game went, because that was like the best mix that they had of plays was just that first drive coming out when they already knew what they were going to be doing. Pass complete, short, swift run, short, middle, another swift run, a deep right throw, a short left, and then he scrambles for a touchdown. And then the next drive, he completes a pass for 1 yard, he scrambles for 12. Short pass, screen pass is negative yards, they punt. Next drive, deep pass for 30 yards, then a scramble, then a swift run, and then it's just the scrambles are way too frequent in here. And they weren't always successful, but the Vikings are usually pretty good at snuffing that kind of thing out. So we just got to do better. So for my other key to victory, what I have is we've got to run the ball, man. We can't do what we did against Green Bay. That was just such a big reason why we lost, is we were not able, the missed assignments on the offensive line and the fact that running lanes were not there. We are not going to win very many games if we can't establish the run. Obviously, we've got a good quarterback. Jared Goff's able to move the ball around, but I mean, it starts with the run. That's what opens everything else up. And I do believe that we're going to be able to fix that. We're going to have more success this time. But to be able to have the kind of success we have last year, you just have to, I know we talked about this briefly before, but you have to know your assignment. It's one thing to just kind of whiff or get beat, or you kind of get pushed and you only slow him down a little bit. It's a whole nother thing when you forget the defensive tackles there on your own goal line and leave David Montgomery to try to, prevent a safety. So, I mean, that's, the big one on offense for me is just get that run game going.
I think it'll help being at home. They were running on a silent count last week, and obviously first game for Ratledge, and Mahogany made it, and the practice field, he was just mauling guys. It's just a matter of them not communicating. Even Decker said today that him and Ratledge at one play ran a different play than the other three guys, and so Decker didn't get the call either. So
it's probably that all 22 we showed where he just completely whiffed on that guy.
Yeah.
Which we didn't talk about this one, but there was somebody else had shared one where as soon as the ball is snapped, Graham's blocking the person that's lined up over him. As soon as the ball is snapped, Graham goes to push him, and then Ratledge takes a step back and then is standing behind Graham, pushing Graham's butt into the other guy. That's how bad that got last week. Yeah. We have to clean that up.
Yep. I will say that last year, just a couple more things that I don't know if these are necessarily keys to victory, but just things to look out for tomorrow or Sunday. Caleb Williams struggles against man coverage. He was the 11th worst rated quarterback against man coverage. Obviously, the Lions run that more than anybody else. So I look for that to continue. Hopefully, those struggles continue. And the second thing, Dennis Allen, one of his hallmarks on his defense is they play a lot of press man. So that will mess with your timing route. So the Lions have to either get off on press or, be ready for that. So, you could look to line JMO off the ball a little bit. Will be interesting if Tesla gets more snaps, how he fights off the press, if they have him lined in the traditional X row or he's on the line of scrimmage. We'll see. But those are